Hi, my name is Masai Rudder. I'm going to talk about children and discipline. Now, I want you to think about what form of discipline that you use and what you decide to, continue to use. Now, there are many reasons why one should discipline their children, but what form of discipline that is used has always been a controversy. Perhaps you think no discipline is needed at all. Can one really have control of the children and instill personal values and beliefs without some form of discipline? Now, you tell me. An article called Discipline, What, How, and When on www.allaboutparenting.org states to achieve successful parenting, child discipline is one of the most important elements, yet many parents are unsure how to discipline. Discipline can be defined as a method used to teach children decision-making skills and how to behave. Now, it also teaches self-control, accountability, and mutual respect, which is definitely needed in today's society. Now, many parents desire respect from their children and rightly deserve it. No parent wants their child to disobey them. They don't want them to, throw a tantrum, especially in public. It can be very embarrassing. Parents don't want their children to act up in school. They want them to do very well in school and behave and listen to their instructors. And now, they definitely don't want a child to physically hit them, and it sounds very hard to imagine, but it has been done. Now, what do you do when your child doesn't listen? Do you just let it go? Do you spank them? Do you raise your voice? Do you, put him or her in timeout? Or do you just talk to them? I'm not here to tell you what to do or to tell you if you're right or wrong in the choice that you have made to discipline your child. I'm here because I'm interested in the welfare of you and your children. Now, to every choice in life, there's consequences. And those consequences can be good or bad. Now, the earlier children learn that, the better off they will actually be. We want to encourage our children to make good choices, but what do you do when they make bad ones? What choice do you make in your discipline for them? Now, there are many types of discipline. There's physical, there's non-physical, and praise. That's just a few, but there's many forms. Some parents resort to spanking or slapping, while others, try just time out or warnings, loss of privileges, or reverse psychology. What form of discipline would you use if your child went into your wallet or your purse and ripped up, say, $700 that you needed for rent, and that was all the money that you had? What would you resort to? Discipline is a need, and what can result from it can be very rewarding. The effects of disciplining a child are innumerable. Some positive effects include respecting parents and authority figures, understanding consequences for every action, and becoming productive members of society. Timeout and disapproval are effective tools, but are not sufficient to control all problem behaviors with all children. Disciplinary spanking, when properly applied, can augment non-physical measures and optimize the process of behavior control, according to pediatrician Dan Trumbull. In his article, Parents Need Techniques for Behavioral Control, because he understands that not every technique works for every child or for every parent. So you have to make that choice for yourself. Most parents want to instill some sort of values into their children. In my personal experience of raising both a son and a daughter, I have studied and tried many forms of discipline. I've done the spanking, timeout, loss of privileges, warnings, praise, and sometimes I've chosen no discipline at all because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what choice to make. And I can truly say that an adequate form of discipline is better than none. The mothers of preschoolers, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're a lot of people know them by MOPS, and they are an international group, and they've published a book called What Every Mom Needs. And this book is written by Elisa Morgan and Carol Kuykendall, and it gives a lot of great insight on how to raise young children. After I read the book, I began to adapt some of the principles suggested. In conclusion, I would not advocate a position if I did not base it on a fair evaluation of the issues. Everyone must discipline his or her children in some way, shape, or form, according to an article called Discipline Your Child, reviewed by Jennifer Penley, PhD. The article stated, whatever the age of your child, it's important to be consistent. Consistency is a key. When it comes to discipline, if parents don't stick to the rules and consequences they set up, their kids aren't likely to either. So you have to really think about whatever you do choose to use, make sure that you're consistent with that. Be consistent with whatever choice it is. Now, the reason why one should discipline their children is so that their children may learn to respect them and authorities, and to learn that there are consequences for all their actions. There are many types of discipline that a parent can choose to use, but please consider the type you are using and how effective it is. Think about it, because it's important. It affects your child for the rest of their life. The effects of discipline can be positive or negative depending on the discipline administered. It is up to each parent to choose the adequate form of discipline for his or her child. So please think about your choices and make the best one for you and your family. Now, do you have any questions? I want to thank you so much for your time and coming and listening to me, and I wish that you guys would do very well in parenting and have a great day. This is it working?
Hello.
Can you see?
Yeah, wave.
Are you in there? That's Simone, Solomon, and Kenny.
Hello.